At first, take into account that, in order to configure the KEAC Exchange connector, the logged user must be member of a particular group, KEAC Configuration users, created by the installation. So go to Computer Management and add the desired user into this group. Now you are able to configure the KEAC Exchange connector, so go to All Programs, KEAC Configuration. KEAC Exchange connector needs an exchange profile, with mailbox permissions over every exchange account to be monitored. You can create a new profile, or select one from the drop-down. Now you have to set up the details for Microsoft SQL Server database. Then you have to set up the domain account that will be used to run the KEAC Exchange connector service, and if you want, change the synchronization interval. KEAC Exchange connector needs a license server. Typically, your license server was installed and configured in the same machine, so you don't need to change anything. In this step, you have to configure the Google Search Applicant Suite's URL and the domain user that will interact with it. By clicking the Apply Configuration button, you save and apply all your changes. Once the KEAC Exchange connector is configured, you have to configure the Google Search appliance to allow the KEAC Exchange connector to insert feeds into the GSA database. The first step is to add your KEAC Exchange connector server into the crawl URL option. For this, add the KEAC Exchange connector server URL in both box text fields. Then, save your changes. The second step is to include your KEAC Exchange connector in the GSA Collections option. So, edit current collection and enter the server URL into include content matching the following pattern text area, as you have done before. Then, save your changes. In order to allow the GSA to crawl private attachment documents, you need to provide valid credentials. Go to the Crawler Access To section, fill the KEAC Exchange connector URL. The credential should be the same used in Exchange Information Retrieval section from KEAC Exchange connector configuration. Leave the Make Public checkbox unselected and apply changes. At last, add the KEAC Exchange connector IP in the list of trusted IP addresses. If you want more information, please visit www.keac.com.